So initially when I bought this stereo, the point of it was to be collecting vinyl. But somewhere along the lines that changed. Let's take a look at it. So those are probably my 5 top vinyls that I own. But like I said, I kind of got into it with the idea of collecting vinyl, but I kind of lost interest, and I'd like to just go over a couple reasons why I don't collect vinyl anymore. And I might continue, but the number one issue for me is the price. Is it ever way too expensive? And especially if you want to get into like newer bands, which I love to support local bands. And sometimes you can spend up to like, I don't know, I just seen a vinyl the other day, brand new for $70. And I get it, they're like limited print, or they only make like 100 or 200 depending on the artist and how low budget or local the artist is. I just not into paying those kind of prices. Like for example, like this band right here, it's a Toronto-based thrash band, and I paid $10 for that CD. The other major reason that got me turned off of it is like the converting. I like to bring my music on my phone, and I like to rip my own MP3s and flacs. It's strange, funny enough, there is a guy that lives on my street who actually is a huge vinyl collector, and he actually has himself set up to rip vinyls into, I don't know if he did MP3 or FLAC, but he converts them to digital files. Just for me, it's not ideal. I got this crummy computer here, which you can see a CD drive, and I've showed it in another video, and I literally just pop my CD in, click convert, and it rips them all to FLAC, and then I can just copy it over to my phone, so you can get that near close to CD quality. Yeah, another turn off for me too is just the it's funny because I know another guy, and I think he has like over 2,000 vinyls or something like that, and he's got some crazy contraption. I think he said it costs like $1,000 if I remember correctly. And yeah, he sits there and he cleans the vinyls, and it's just I don't know, it's like giving them a bath. But yeah, you got to clean them just so they make less of that like crackling and pop noises, which is kind of another, some people really appreciate that when they're listening to vinyl. And honestly, I could probably argue for like 70s and 80s music that I would be pretty fine hearing those noises, but I'm not a big fan of it. It just really isn't for me. Another reason why I kind of don't like to collect them, it just doesn't really work out for my room. I've seen cool setups like the guy from Alice in Chains. I watched an interview with him, the guitarist, can't remember his name, but he must have had these custom shelves built for it, and he had them all behind him, and there's just all these custom shelves, so that really worked out. Like I've done that in my room for like my DVD collection, and I build these little crappy things for my CDs, which they fit like 20 each in or whatever, and that's convenient for the space that I have in my game room. For the rest of it though, I just don't have the space for this stuff. It just takes up way too much space. I have a bunch of vinyls, like that's all my vinyls in the box right there. Yeah, I like to go to a lot of like local bands and low budget shows, if you will. And a lot of times they don't have vinyl there. Like this band here, I actually talked to the guy from that band, and he said he's trying to put out a vinyl, which it may come out next year. But again, they already have 4 CDs, and it's just easier to support these local bands. And a lot of times, the low budget bands that I see, sometimes they can't even, when they're they're really starting out, a lot of times they can't even put out a CD at first. So you got to get the FLAC files for those, or go online to like Bandcamp and buy the digital files, or otherwise you can't really support them. So all in all, I don't hate vinyl, because anything, in my opinion, that is music that you can play without an internet connection is good music as far as I'm concerned. I guess just, yeah, the biggest deterrent is kind of space for me, and just the price, because I can just get so many more CDs. As you can see, I've been collecting CDs like crazy. I think there's even a ton in there that I've got to deal with, but I think I'm already up to like, I don't even know, 400 or 500 CDs, and I only started collecting, might have started collecting at the start of the year. But realistically, whatever way you choose, it's good for you. But we don't have a lot of options now when it comes to being able to play your music offline. Everything seems to be tied to an internet connection. So for that part of it, vinyl is king, and CDs. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Have a good day.